Hey, Composing Gloves here, and this is a mixed video for the MIDI and music theory from the ground up, and we are looking at what is a chord progression. We are finally at the point you can spell chords. Now it's time to start putting them in orders and progressions. We've kind of already done it a little bit. So what is a chord progression? Like, let's just make ourselves aware of that. Well, it's when you take a series of chords and put them in an order. Chord progressions imply a rhythm as well because, you know, they have to take place over time. Do you have one bar for a chord or two? So chord progression will take place over time. We're going to be looking at Western harmony because there could be really weird sort of things out there when you get into 20th century theory. And so we're just going to be looking at it from the standpoint of like classical and romanticism ideas about chord progressions. And I'm going to go over, here's my plan with the chord progressions, because you probably asking, what are the best chord progressions for me? Like, what do I need to do? I want to make this, what do I have to do to get that? And so when you want to know like specific chord progressions or how to make more interesting chord progressions, you need to first understand your chords really well. That's normally the problem. But then there really is no magic answer, but there are an awful lot of guidelines. And so we're going to be looking at specific chords, but some genres like pop follow a basic structure of chords that can be considered very simplistic, but they leave room for a lot of innovation. You can get a lot more complicated, but you don't have to. So the pop's like that. But then you have things like blues, where blues chord progression like defines blues. So you kind of have to follow that chord progression. And there are other things like, there's classical follows rules, and they introduce harmony. And I'm probably going to just go through different chords. We're going to be looking at diatonic structures some more and give you some practical examples of chord progressions, popular ones, and sort of look at what happens. But we're going to sort of toss strict harmony and like functional harmony and part writing, not like away. We're not like going to throw it out the window, but just for now, I'm going to put it off to the side. I'll approach it later. I sort of have my own little setup that I want to go through, and then we'll come back to things that are more academically strict, and they're very, very, very useful. They're just more complicated, and I feel like some people who are watching this series are looking for more chord progressions. Like, they're just looking for cool chord progressions. So we're going to look at that, but at the same time, you're sacrificing stuff. So I would encourage you to go all the way through it. When those videos exist. They don't exist yet, at least not to me. Maybe they're up already. So if you have any questions about chord progressions, as far as like what it is, which you shouldn't, it's just a progression of chords, let me know. Subscribe and have a blessed day. And we are going to be doing this. So we're going to be making a wobble bass. I have a demo. Here it is.